Diecast North is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say some shit. Viewer and parental discretion is advised. Not be the hero that everybody wants, but I'm the hero that everybody gets today. It's time for another episode of Diecast North's Galactic Hooligan. And today, since I've finally finished off all of my repairs, since I've finished off putting the rest of it out there in the world for all the world to see, so now you know how to repair them. Finally, I can actually give you an honest review of Sludge. 86 Sludge is in my possession, and I'm dying to actually start talking about him finally. So, let's go to the review. As always, if this is your first time coming into my show, welcome. If this is your 109th time coming in, thanks for coming back, and let's get on with the show. Finally, Sludge has come back home. And after a millennia of what seems like waiting for us to get a full set of Dinobots, we actually finally got the first three that Ratchet and Wheeljack have displayed over to Optimus Prime over here, and he is waiting to see what they can actually do. He is actually going to be looking at this extremely sternly, but you know that I've actually been fixing Sludge for a while, and now finally I'm actually able to bring him out and just let you see what he can actually do and transform into, and all his joints are nicely fixed and everything. Finally, I've actually gotten everything kikied and everything finally, and now I can actually show you what he actually looks like with his Dinobot brothers. This is great, and this is what I really want to see and everything. I cannot wait for the eventual Snarl and Swoop to actually come out pretty soon and everything. But Grimlock, Slag, and Sludge. Sludge looks really, really amazing. Just let me get Grimlock and Slag out of the picture for a minute so we can actually concentrate on the meat and potatoes of this whole entire review over here. And that's actually going to be Sludge. Now, let me show you the box art, which is actually really cool. Look at this guy, just brilliantly done. And you know what? I actually am one of those people who said no to, because I really do love seeing the figure inside the box and everything all together, but you cannot deny the beauty of this full illustration over here, blasting through a Sharkticon like he was nothing. And look at this, just really beautiful art. Again, I love the artists that are actually doing this. Look at how beautiful that is. That lighting is just gorgeous, and just amazing. Just that scenery, just like on Quintessa. Look at this guy, just beautiful. And we're actually just going to turn you over here to where we actually have a picture of Sludge in his dino mode and everything. But all of that you're actually going to see right here, right now. I'm going to do something really quick. And this is something I never really do, and including the Studio Series 86 backdrop over here, because I really feel as though these backdrops are actually kind of unnecessary, but to the person who actually loves these backdrops and everything, they're actually going to get a kick out of this. I think he's actually going to serve a lot better in Dino mode with this backdrop and everything, but here he is, and let's take you into a good look at this guy. Dino Fury itself is just all over this guy all together. Look at this. His front, you know what I love? I love the fact that they actually included his front teeth this time, and they didn't cheapen out on that whatsoever or anything like that. There's no upgrades that we actually have to do in order to like get those front teeth actually in there or anything. That's wonderful. I love those eyes. Those eyes are just great. I'm actually kind of like really gushing because Sludge is really, really awesome and everything. Once you've actually kind of like gone through all the fixes and everything like that, remember, everybody's Sludge is actually going to vary and everything, but once you actually have him all together, he is just really awesome. I love this. I'm going to put you into a comparison with some of the Dinobots. I just want to give you a good look at all of this detailing here. They did not skimp on doing anything when it came down to designing this guy. The one thing that a lot of people are actually kind of like miffed about is the fact that you actually have his gun right underneath here, and there was a lot of space that you could have actually used to actually flip his feet in and just like put the feet into the transformation and everything, maybe hide his gun someplace else. But it's not really too bad or anything like that. It's not really that much of an eyesore to me or anything, you know. But I love all of this, the detailing that actually goes in here. I kind of wish that these actually moved a little bit better, but we'll actually get into that in Dino articulation in a moment. But look at this. His firing mechanism is right underneath his throat, right over here. He's Blast Effects compatible, so if you actually did want to put a Blast Effects right over here, you can. It's great. Just let's look at this. And some people actually kind of like felt that this was like a little bit too stocky or anything, but like I really like this. In comparison with his other Dinobot brothers, he just looks great here. The one thing that I'm actually going to say that I love out of this is when you actually bring them into robot mode, they are going to be the same size, same category and everything like that, you know, the same size class, which is great. But in Dino mode, they are very, very, very different, as you can actually see here with Slag and Sludge over here, where Sludge actually becomes like a little bit longer. What do you call it? Slag is a little fatter and everything like that, but like these two guys just really just show me exactly how much they actually have learned in engineering here. I am truly in awe at this guy. And let's bring you a little bit of Grimlock and Sludge here. Look at this. Just really, really beautiful. And I love this. One thing that I'm actually like really impressed with also is that they actually kind of like kept the head scaling kind of like in the same category and everything. Of course, you're actually going to know that Sludge is actually going to be like a little bit smaller in comparison to his brothers here and everything. But even though he's actually like a lot smaller, they're still pretty much in scale and everything. I love this set. It's really, really cool, and I've said this before, the Dinobots really are my favorite faction out of like all the Transformers and everything. I may have like a couple of like standalone characters who actually are just like the best and everything, the best of the best and everything, i.e. Jetfire, i.e. Smokescreen, i.e. Bumblebee, Prime, you know, that sort of thing, you know, like I love these guys and everything like that. But let me tell you something, and I love Slag out of all these guys, out of all of them still, but I will say that engineering, everything that actually goes into this, I'm actually going to minus all the looseness that he actually came with in the beginning and everything like that. I was able to fix it. I know that you'll actually be able to, and once you actually do, you will really, really enjoy the hell out of this guy and everything. Man, I'm actually really still speechless with how amazing this guy actually is. As far as articulation, he can actually look up and down with his dino neck here and everything. You actually have this mouth that opens and closes. I already told you about this port right over here, Blast Effects compatible. He actually has movement on the neck right over here. That's really, really nice, and I didn't really expect that at all or anything like that. I thought that they were actually going to cheapen out on that. Also, you can actually move his neck up and down over here on this hinge right here, so that's actually really nice. He actually has, you can actually move his feet up and down over here. You actually have a rotation right over here. Too bad, I kind of like felt like he could have actually used like another bend right over here, but you actually do have like an in and out right over here on this 1 foot right over here. You can actually bring this all the way around and everything, 360 right on this hinge. And while messing around with him, that gun might fall off and everything, but like, there we go. You can actually like rotate this upper thigh right over here. You actually have a bend right here also. So it's actually really, really nice. And I tightened this a little bit, so excuse me. But here, for everything that he actually has here, he really does have like a wide, like a pretty nice range of dino movement here and everything. I am really, really, really impressed with this guy. No movement at the tail or anything, but you know, I mean, it is what it is. You know, we are actually only paying a liter price of these guys and everything, and it's not like a masterpiece or anything like that where you might even get like a surprise movement in the tail and everything. But as far as that actually goes, these guys are actually as masterpieces you can actually get on a Dinobot scale and a liter scale. So that's really, really cool. And as always, you actually get this like little booklet right over here that actually has everything that he can actually do here. And if you actually read through all of this, I am super proud of you. That is actually proving to me that you are the best speed reader, bar none. They were right, they were all right, but I am actually going to give you a couple of quick comparisons right over here in his Dino mode. So as always, first and foremost is going to be Sludge, Grimlock, and Slag here in Dino mode. And I can't stop comparing these guys. These guys are actually awesome, but we're going to go ahead from here. Here goes Sludge, Grimlock, and Slag getting orders from Wheeljack and Ratchet. Pick up this Rumble and be quick about it. Sludge and Rumble as they actually go through their battle. Ugh. It's no fair! And here's Sludge and Optimus Prime. Now that we've seen quite a bit on Sludge here and everything, God, I really love all this molding here. Let us take this gun off and get into transformation. Transformation is actually going to fall along the lines of this. So there is quite a bit going on in here and everything. So like, first off, I'm going to start off by removing this top section right over here. There are a couple of pegs that are actually going to go right in here and in here, and you just have to kind of like fold it along in here when you're actually going into robot mode. Also, when you're actually going into Dino mode, you actually want to be able to like peg these right over these parts of the back wings and everything like that, or what will be the back wings. So let's remove that. We're actually going to start off by kind of like separating the dino tail, the dino tail right over here, and we're going to move this outwards like so. And there are a couple of hinges that are actually right over here and over here. Just move those in and bring these to the inside. And if you actually hear that little squeaking, it's actually from the points that are actually tightened on this guy. So after that, we're going to bring this dino head down and out of the way. Then we're going to take these wings and just kind of like hinge them up. They're actually on a hinge that's actually going in right in here, and it's actually right in here also. So they're actually supported by that tab. So get those out of the way, because there's a lot of transformation that actually happens over there also. So get them right from over here. You're actually going to like, you're going to go past this, the front legs right over here and get them all out of the way. So we're actually going to accordion them out a little bit. There we go. And now we're going to release the legs right over here. And when you're actually going back into Dino mode, you actually kind of want to bring the legs down a little bit and kind of like hinge them right on the inside of the Dinobot body. But hold on, let's just move this and let's get this chest out of the way. So I'm actually just going to move this upwards and give it like a half a swing for now. So we're just getting this out of the way of the legs, and we're going to bring the tail out like so. Then we're going to bring these down. Now remember, when you're going back into dinosaur mode, you actually just kind of want to bring these all the way into that cavern right over there, and that's where it'll actually be fixed right in there. You can actually see that this is actually kind of like sloping right over there, and you just kind of want to bring all of that down into that body. It's actually going to tab in a couple of places right over here and over here, and there are a couple of tabs that are actually right in there, so just so you know. And now we're just going to straighten out the legs a little bit that I actually fixed, and now we'll just open that up, and then we're going to bring this tab all the way in there and affix it in, and then we're just going to do the same thing on this side. There's a lot of stuff that goes on with the leg. I love this. Also, we're going to bring this all the way back here and bring this all the way inside, and then bring the tail right alongside, then straighten out the foot and bring it out like this. We're going to do the same thing on this side. So if you didn't follow that action, we're going to bring this all the way back, bring it inside, bring the tail alongside here, and then we're going to straighten out the foot and bring it out like this. Isn't that great engineering, everybody? We're going to straighten out the legs, we're going to rotate them, and we'll bring this part of the, actually what we're going to do next is we're going to do this, because this isn't going to be like a full process. This isn't going to be able to be processed unless you actually do this. So bring down the front legs and then just bring them down right over here. Now I really wish there was more to the transformation over here, but like I think it's actually, it works and it's effective just by storing it right down here. Bring down the head and rest it alongside there, and there's like a small tab that's actually right in here that actually goes into that neck, so just do that. And when you're piecing it together, you're going to be sliding this all the way in. You'll see it when you actually get the whole entire package. Bring these wings back like so and back like so, and now the head reveal, just really awesome. Bring that whole upper body up here, and what you're actually seeing right over here is residue from my kikis and everything like that, because I have transformed him since I actually put like some more of my adhesive over here and everything. So there we go. Then bring this down, bring this down right over here, so you're bringing down the two arms, and then you're actually going to reach in here and you're actually going to grab the hands, do this, and then rotate them right over here by the upper bicep. There you go. And now you have one hand done. And now we'll do the same thing on this side. We'll bring this down. You may either need a spudger or nails or whatever it may be and everything like that to actually bring that out, but bring this down, rotate that right over in the upper bicep, and then rotate the hands and then snap them all in. And now that we've actually all got that done, there goes Sludge in his amazingly superior robot mode. I really love this, and we're actually going to take you more into what makes Sludge Sludge. So Sludge really came out to be a great surprise. You know, like he's actually more on the planar side of the Dinobots and everything like that, but he does come with all of like everything that actually makes him Sludge and everything, you know? And I'm actually really surprised at how this actually came out. We'll actually take a look at that face sculpt. That face sculpt says nothing but Sludge to me. Him, just really awesome. I love these eyes over here. These eyes, hold on, just let me get you a little bit more into his grill over here, because this guy is just really superb. Sorry for the shaky camera, everybody. There we go. Now that face is just a really great representation of this Dinobot and everything, and I love this so much. I know a lot of people actually were saying that his face actually kind of like gets lost and everything like that, but I kind of feel as though that's the way his original, like the original intent was on his face and everything. He wasn't really made with like a lot of like super detail or anything like that, but he's really great. I love this, like his Autobot symbol prominently done over here, and like all of this detailing and everything, just like really awesome. I love this so much. Like, it's actually so great. And I really fixed the hell out of this guy. Like, I really wanted him to be like the perfect representation of Sludge, and I really wasn't going to be like angry over anything that Hasbro had actually done in the beginning or anything like that. To actually, like, in the beginning, the one thing that I was actually going to get like miffed on was the fact that they were actually using I think they were actually using soft rubber pieces right over here to actually fill this piece right over here, to fill in this piece of his wing, which would have actually made this sag and eventually just keep on breaking off and everything like that. And that would have actually made me angry, you know what I mean? But like, the fact that they actually substituted that with this harder plastic and everything like that to keep everything in, plus make this lightweight enough so it doesn't like residually drag or anything like that, I'm really impressed by that. I'm actually really happy that they actually did it, that they actually did do it this way. Again, I actually had to go through a lot of fixing for myself to actually be satisfied with it. I actually used a lot of heat, and I used like some kikis in order to like actually get that done and everything like that, in order to get this fixed the way I really wanted it, you know. But he's great. Love everything that's actually going on into the lower legs and everything like that, and his pelvic area and everything. Really, really nice. All the detailing carries over from dinosaur mode and everything, you know. Just a really great representation of Sludge here, you know. And he actually comes with this, hold on, just let me move this back over here. He actually comes with his blaster right over here. And at first I thought this was this may not have actually been his blaster from G1 or anything like that, but in further research, when I was actually checking out the cartoon and everything like that, when I was actually checking out the old anime, it really was like this really was gold. I was actually kind of surprised. This kind of looks like more of an official leader's weapon and everything like that, and it's only because of the gold and everything like that. But like, aside from that, it's really cool. He stores it right in his hands really nicely and everything. I really think that's actually super, super, super cool. I love it. You know what? Is this actually supposed to be like a 6-shooter or something like that? Because like, I noticed that there's like a revolver kind of thing over here, in which case I love this. I really highly respect this and everything like that. It's actually very cool. Also kind of like makes me think that it kind of looks more steampunk than anything else, you know. Of course, blast effects are actually going to be accessible in here and everything like that. I didn't have my blast effects with me or anything like that, but not today at least anyway. But yeah, like, that looks really, really awesome. Hold on, just let me fix his arms a little bit. Really, really cool though. His articulation goes as this. He actually has a 360 on his head over here. Not really inhibited by anything. He can actually look up. He can look down a little bit and everything, and there's this little piece right over here that's actually going to help you out on that. So that's actually great. He does come with like a lot of movement over here. 360 inhibited by the wings and everything. He actually has an out right over here, and I love that they actually did this. Anytime that a toy designer actually includes like pits right over here, like these, this is actually really great. Doesn't break up the movement of the actual figure itself, so that's always really awesome. He has actually got like 360 right over here on his arm, and I love the fact that either way, when you're actually going back or forth and everything from Dino mode to robot mode, it just cohesively goes together, and that's actually really beautiful. He actually has a double hinge right over here on his arm. Not really limited or anything like that, but like it goes all the way up. It kind of like a little thin for my taste for a Dinobot and everything, you know. But then again, we actually face the same thing with like the other dinos also. He actually has a waist articulation right over here due to transformation, but also because he's a badass, you know. He can kick all the way up like that, and that's great because of my fixes and everything like that. He doesn't go down or anything like that, you know what I mean? So like, that's great. He can actually go all the way back. He would actually go a little bit back further and everything if these hind leg pieces weren't, if these leg pieces weren't actually in the way or anything like that, but that's okay. He can kick all the way out, you know, so like he actually does full kung fu to Devastator right there. So like, that is actually always really cool, and I love it when like Again, I always love it when figures can actually do the full roundhouse. He actually has a knee bend right over here, 90 degrees, not going anywhere because of my fixes, you know, so like really nice. He has rotation on his thighs right over here, really nice also. He's actually got the what do you call it, War for Cybertron and like Legacy ankle tilt right over here, so that's great. And he actually doesn't tilt right over here just due to this piece. Now I haven't like really found any like fixes or any like other what do you call it, any other upgrades for Sludge just yet or anything like that, but I'm waiting for them because as always they didn't include a sword for him or anything like that. He actually does come with his blaster, which is great, but like he's really in need of a sword. I will show you with his other Dinobot brethren, and if that is not a beautiful picture, I don't know what is. Jeez, I love this so much. Like these guys I've actually been waiting for. I've actually made a lot of upgrades to Grimlock due to getting a lot of like a few non-F parts and everything like that. It includes his chest and includes his sword right over here and a couple of other pieces and everything like that. Also, I couldn't find a way for his arm like his hidden arm thing to work or anything like that, but I actually did get extra like added feet and everything like that, so that's actually great. For Slag over here, I actually got his sword from non-F and a couple of pieces right over here for his feet. Nothing for his dino feet though or anything like that. If I could actually find a piece for his dino feet and everything to like actually just kind of like cover up the underside of that, I'd actually be really happy. Now for Sludge, I'm actually kind of like looking for the same thing, because even though they actually added a little bit of detail on the inside, it just still looks hollow, and I just kind of like would love to see a finality to Sludge here and everything like that, because like I think that would actually add on to my enjoyment of this figure. Also, I would love to like actually find his dino sword and everything like that, because they all have to have their swords and everything like that. And we're really I'm always really surprised that Hasbro, instead of like adding in Daniel or Wheelie standbys and everything, even though they're actually making core class figures for those now and everything, they should have actually included the swords. I mean, the swords are actually like kind of like one of the key elements of the Dinobots, you know? Oh, I can't wait to see what they're actually going to do with Snarl. Snarl is actually all about his sword and everything, you know what I mean? So like we'll see what actually happens, and Swoop eventually is actually coming into my life and everything like that. I really can't wait for those guys though, you know? But I'm gonna give you some other comparisons. My Dr. Dad's Wheeljack and Ratchet over here, they look great along with this, and I really can't wait for the Studio Series Ratchet to come out and everything to complete this set. I love everything I've actually done to Ratchet so far. He's awesome. But that Studio Series Ironhide, every time I keep on seeing pictures and everything that I've actually seen for Ironhide, he just really makes me like want to like actually get that eventual Studio Series Ratchet and everything that much more. I really can't wait for him. Leader Class Optimus Prime over here, so like there we go. So like Leader Class with Leader Class, kind of Voyager, but the Deluxe Class and Deluxe Class. So, and last but not least, but this little rivalry that I actually have here going on with Sludge and Rumble. I mean little rivalry and everything like that, because like Rumble will actually fight anybody. He'll fight anybody. That's why he's my favorite Decepticon. Ugh, hail King Grimlock. No, Sludge, hail to you. Because it's friends like you and Slag that actually keeps Grimlock on top, and I'll actually have to say that this guy actually has to be one of the most loyal friends to Grimlock that there can ever be and everything. I love this. Final thoughts are coming up. Do we live in a fantastic time to be a collector or what? You know, now I've actually almost got the full set of dinos and everything. We're only 2 more away from having the most amazing, most dynamic Autobot team ever created. That's the Dinobots, and I'm actually happy that I actually got Sludge. This guy is super fantastic. To any one of you who are actually in doubt about anything about Sludge, you should actually get him anyway and everything, because he's actually really awesome. If you're in doubt because he was actually hella loose when he first comes out of the box. For some of you, you guys are actually getting really lucky. For others, you might have to go through a little bit of tweaking. For that, I'll actually suggest going through some of my fix 'em up videos and everything. I always have an It's Alive for almost everything. I'm gonna like make more It's Alive videos later on and everything because I'm always about the mad science and everything and fixing stuff, you know? But in any case, I highly suggest this guy. He is awesome. Go get him. And that's it for me, Diecast Norbs. Once again, signing out for like maybe a couple of days until I bring out another one. I think I'm going to be looking at RC next because I actually just got her in the mail just like maybe a few days ago, and she is interesting AF. There are a couple of things, I have a few thoughts and everything like that. Plus, I've got Motormaster in, so that's actually going to be something cool. And I still have Lego Prime. Let me know what you actually want me to do with him. Should I actually build him on set, or should I actually reveal him after his build and everything? Because if I actually do build him like as I go along, I might have like a few AMSR videos and everything like that I might like need to do and everything. But in any case though, just leave me comments down in the just leave me some comments. Let me know what you think, you know, because of course my will is always yours, you know. And thanks for joining me once again. Be kind to each other out there. Be kind to yourself, you know. And I want anything that's good to happen to you, only you. Also, when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. I will definitely talk to you soon.